Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Gizem. In this video, I will share with you how I make super easy and super affordable coconut milk right at home. For this recipe, you'll need 2 glass containers with a 1 liter capacity each, 1 cup desiccated unsweetened coconut, a strainer and some cheesecloth, an immersion blender, and a mason jar or other glass container to store the finished product. We're also going to need about 700 milliliters or 3 cups of boiled water. As you can see, I poured this boiling water into one of my glass containers and added my desiccated coconut right into this container as well. Then we're going to go ahead and mix this up using our immersion blender. Now if you have a regular blender with a glass pitcher, you can go ahead and just use that. But my blender's pitcher is plastic and therefore not safe for hot liquids, which is why I'm using my immersion blender. We're going to keep blending this up until the water becomes milky white and takes on a thicker, milky consistency. Then I'm placing my strainer on top of my other glass container with several layers of cheesecloth on top. We're going to go ahead and pour our milk through the cheesecloth and strainer. Now because the water was boiling, I realized quickly that I couldn't squeeze the pulp out immediately and stopped trying pretty quickly. You should learn from my mistakes and wait about 10 minutes or even more until the pulp is cool to touch to squeeze out the remainder of your milk from the pulp. And if you want to get as much milk out of your pulp and also dry out your pulp as much as possible, try to squeeze as much as you can. Once you're done squeezing, your milk is ready. That is it. So you can just pour it into a mason jar or another glass container of your choice and keep it in the fridge. I also like to take advantage of the pulp though, so to do that I place some parchment paper on a cookie sheet and pour my pulp on top. Then I spread it out and bake it at the lowest setting of my oven, which for me was 150 Fahrenheit for about 3.5 to 4 hours. And if you don't want to bother baking it, you can also dry it in room temperature by just leaving it out for about 24 to 30 hours in a dry climate. And then once it's dry, I just stick this into a Tupperware container and I use it to top my oatmeal during the week. But if you want, you can also pulse it in your blender or food processor to make coconut flour. And then finally, I'm showing you what the milk looks like after a few hours in the fridge. As you can see, there's a layer of coconut cream that formed on top, and this is totally natural, and as you probably know, coconut cream is a good fat, so if it doesn't bother you, go ahead and shake it up and consume it that way. Especially if you'll be cooking with this milk. Once it's warm, you really won't notice it because it'll melt into the milk. However, it will leave little bits of cream in the milk when it's consumed cold, so you can also remove the layer of fat once it's hardened up. But don't get rid of it. I keep it in the fridge in a small bowl and I use it as a moisturizer. I actually prefer this to coconut oil because it's just as moisturizing, but it doesn't leave an oily residue like coconut oil sometimes does. It absorbs right away. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to click that like button. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching. I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye.